Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're not opening up any boxes or any packs or anything like that. Of course, if you've been following the news, you know that the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Kazuki Takahashi has passed away at the age of 60. He was taken from us far too early. He was honestly very young, and he had such an imprint on my life and of course my YouTube channel and a lot of you guys, I'm sure, as well, because he created something that just touched all of us in a way that's not easy to describe, because it's just a card game, it's just a manga, it's just an anime, but for so many people it really is important to them, and I'm one of those people that has really gravitated towards his creation. I've always loved it more than anything else that's similar, like Pokemon or Magic or anything like that. I never cared for anything else other than Yu-Gi-Oh! It just stuck with me for some reason. Everything about it just, it's for me. It makes sense that I would love it. And I don't know, it's very hard to describe how much his work meant to me. And he was just clearly very talented and very bright, and today I just wanted to honor his creation with my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I've collected over the years, just to show that I really do love the game itself, and I'm not just doing it, you know, for videos or for views. I don't even get views, really. I'm doing it because I really enjoy doing this. And yeah, so let's get into my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I have collected over the years. So first, I actually wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put 10 together, because I'm not a rich Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber like a lot of those other big YouTubers that are out there that open Yu-Gi-Oh! Boxes and stuff that are worth hundreds, thousands of dollars. I've only made a few openings, really, but the ones that I've collected, I really do enjoy having, even if they're not worth a lot of money. And first off, one of those cards would be my legendary Fisherman from Pharaoh's Servant. I actually didn't open this, or I didn't get this card on camera. I didn't pull it on camera. I pulled it off camera. I bought some packs from Walmart, two packs actually, and I pulled another card that's later on in the video. But at my number 10 spot, Legendary Fisherman. I've always loved the artwork. Just fish cards are sadly not very popular, but I've always loved Legendary Fisherman, which is Mako's ace card in the original anime. Not worth a lot of money, you know, it's an ultra rare from one of my favorite sets of all time, and yeah, I've always just loved the card, and I was really happy to pull it. Next off, we have Relinquished from Starter Deck Pegasus, which I got from a friend in high school. He told me that he had some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and I was like, oh, if you ever bring him to school, let me look at him. And he was like, oh yeah, and he brought his whole deck, and he had a couple of really cool cards. He actually had a Chaos Emperor Dragon. I think it was an original secret rare version, and he was like, oh, do you want to buy him off me? And I was like, I don't want to, like, because I told him straight up that Chaos Emperor Dragon was worth around $20 at the time, and I didn't have that money. I didn't want, like, to spend $2 or $3 on it and just cheat him out of an expensive card. But what I did wind up buying from him was this Relinquished that's actually really, really beat up. I didn't really think about that when I bought it. I just really love Relinquished, and it's an original Starter Deck Pegasus. It's not worth a whole lot again, but it's just super cool. Relinquished is just such a classic Pegasus card, and just always been one of my favorites from the anime. Next up, Blackluster Soldier Gold Rare from Gold Series 4, the Pyramid Edition, which again I didn't open on camera. If you've ever heard of a website called Swagbucks, where you earn points that you can trade in for gift cards, it's one of the original websites that allowed you to do that. I racked up enough points to exchange for like $30 or so worth of Amazon gift cards, and at the time I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I bought some of that Gold Series Pyramid Edition, and this is one of the best cards from the set, next Obelisk the Tormentor. Blackluster Soldier, a classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi card, I should say. It's one of his big boss monsters next to Dark Magician and Dark Magician of Chaos, all of that. An original Invasion of Chaos version would be awesome, but I have the Gold Series version, which is still really cool. It always holds value because people absolutely love Black Luster Soldier. It comes from an iconic set from Invasion of Chaos, and I'm just, you know, a fan like everybody else. So that would be my 8th spot. Next card, coming in at number 7, I have my Thousand Eyes Restrict that I did make a video on, but I have since deleted because it wasn't very, you know, it wasn't a very high quality video. It's an original Pharaoh Servant copy. It's not a first edition, it's an unlimited copy, but there was a YouTuber named Man Need a Job. He still does videos every now and then. He would do live streams, and I think he owns or works at a card shop, and he was like, oh, if anybody wants a card from here, just let me know, make a video on it, and I'll send you a card in the mail. And I was like, oh, show me what you have. And I saw this Thousand Eyes Restrict in his binder, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Again, from Pharaoh Servant, like Legendary Fisherman, one of my favorites. Just a classic monster. Like it uses Relinquish to fusion summon, and this is the big boss monster for Pegasus, which is just super cool because Pegasus was a toon monster guy, and he was playing these really evil-looking, crazy eye monster cards, which was really cool. And yeah, Thousand Eyes, man. An original Pharaoh Servant, ultra rare, really cool. And now we're cracking in. Actually, no, never mind. This is number 6, and that would be Elemental Hero Chaos Neos, which is another card that I bought from that Swag Bucks thing that I did, where I paid. I didn't just buy Gold Series 4. I also bought some Gladiators Assault special editions, and if you know anything about Gladiators Assault, you know that secret rares from that set are immensely hard to pull, and this one was not actually one of the better ones at the time. It's since grown in value a little bit, but I really love the artwork. I mean, I'll show you in a different clip, but it's a secret rare from one of the great secret rare sets of all time. A lot of the secret rares in Gladiators Assault are worth hundreds of dollars, thousands in first edition. This is worth more as a ghost rare. It's the cover card of the set. It's just so cool. It's a beautiful secret rare, sadly not very playable. It's one of the worst elemental heroes in terms of playability, but it's such a cool card. Comes in at number 6. At number 5, we're now cracking into the top 5, and that would be one that I have 2 copies of that I indeed did make a video on. It's my Korean Duelist Road video that I made a while back. Didn't get a lot of views, but I did in my first. Actually, no. I had made 2 separate videos for 2 separate boxes, and in each one I pulled a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Prismatic Secret Rare, and Korean. This is the only Korean card that I have in my top 10. Blue Eyes White Dragon original artwork is the only original artwork of Blue Eyes that I own, and it's in the beautiful Prismatic Secret Rare foiling. I just absolutely love it. I was super excited when I pulled it. It's just such a cool card. Even in Korean, it holds value because that, to me and to a lot of other people, is the greatest artwork of all time. That classic Blue Eyes White Dragon artwork. He's like squished into the frame, and it's just so awesome. I believe Kazuki Takahashi did make the artwork for the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the fact that he did that, I mean, says everything. That's the most iconic card in Yu-Gi-Oh history. Comes in at number 5 on my list simply because it's in Korean. If it was anything else, Third Deck Kaiba, it would have been probably a lot higher on my list. Number 4, Gate Guardian, from that same opening that I did with Legendary Fisherman. Only had 2 packs, one of Metal Raiders, one of Pharaoh Servant, both reprint packs. But Gate Guardian, an original, well, it's not original, but it's a secret rare from the very first set that it was printed in. It's such a cool secret rare. It's so classic. It hasn't been printed many times, and it's, you know, from the anime, the Paradox Brothers. It's their big boss monster, and I mean, everybody loves Gate Guardian. It's like a fusion, but it isn't. You have to use Suijin, Kazujin, and Sangha of Thunder and put them together, and you create this awesome, insanely powerful 3800 attack Gate Guardian, and that's, you know, it's the secret rare from one of my all-time favorite sets. It actually is my all-time favorite set in Metal Raiders. And man, I just love the fact that I own that card. I wish I would have pulled it on camera, but I didn't. But I'm showing you guys now. This is the first time I show it. Number 3, we're getting into my most valuable cards, and I'll be honest, value does mean a lot to me because it's cool that I have been able to own cards that are valuable. Someone who doesn't have a lot of money, someone who can't spend a lot on big things. Here's a card that I pulled a long time ago, my very first video. It's an ultimate rare first edition Elemental Mistress Doriado, I'm sorry. At the time it was worth maybe $17, and now it's worth over $100. It's just super cool to own an ultimate rare because it was my first ultimate rare, let alone in first edition from a set that's very hard to obtain now, the Lost Millennium GX. And it was the first GX set ever made. I think it's the only GX card I have. Oh no, besides Chaos Neos. But it's so cool. It's a ritual, an ultimate rare ritual. It's so beautiful in ultimate rare foiling. Like, I accidentally put it in a really tight sleeve and I kind of gave it a dent around this area that really makes me mad because it would have been PSA 10 worthy had I not done that. I can't believe I did that, but it's like the story of my life. Anyways, it's a very valuable card. It's gone up in value since I pulled it, and it's just such an awesome card that I'm really thankful to have pulled from just a card game that has such amazing artwork. Here's just one of the thousands of examples of Kazuki Takahashi's work and the people that worked for him that created such amazing artworks, different colors like rituals, blue, and they just pop, and ultimate rares and secrets and ghosts. It's amazing. That's why I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much. At number 2, I hope you guys have seen the video by now, my Ghost from the Past video, which I was really excited for because it's one of the most epic sets ever made. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it because now I'm spoiling it. It's the Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl. It's the most valuable card I own. It's gone down in value since I pulled it. It was worth around $500 when I pulled it. Now it's worth maybe $300 or a little bit less. Either way, it's a Ghost Rare original artwork, Dark Magician Girl. It's such a beautiful artwork. A lot of people aren't fans of Ghost Rares because they're like, whoa, why would you like it? You can't even see the artwork. That's what's cool about it. It's a ghost. It's something that's like faded. It's like a memory. And from such a classic card from Magician's Force, one of the great secret rares of all time, great artworks, it's one of the most iconic cards ever made. I don't know if Kazuki did the artwork or not, but regardless, it's such a cool card. And in Ghost Rare, everybody wanted this card when it was announced for Ghost from the Past. And when I pulled it, it was amazing. It's one of the coolest moments of my Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubing career, not a career, of my time on YouTube as a Yu-Gi-Tuber. And it can only be topped by really one other card. Number 1 spot on my list is my first edition Ring of Destruction secret rare. It's not the most valuable card I own, but it is the card that means the most to me because when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh in 2015, that's when me and my brother started watching the anime. We were binging it, and I was like, I really loved it. Like, as a kid, I wasn't glued to the screen. I wasn't super into the card game. I just kind of liked it because my older brother liked it. Then we all got back into it, all my brothers, and I started looking into cards and boxes and started watching Yu-Gi tubers like Simply Unlucky and Cyber Knight and guys like that are still around making videos. And I was like, man, I want to one day be able to open an old school box or old school packs from the original series because they're so valuable, they're so expensive, and I just want to own one. I want to be able to open something like Legend of Blue Eyes or whatever. And so I was able to get my hands on 3 booster packs, which I didn't pay very much for on eBay. And one of the booster packs was the Pharaonic Guardian first edition pack, which isn't the most desirable pack ever, but it is an original pack from the very first wave of Yu-Gi-Oh sets. And this is the most valuable card in the set. I pulled it out of one single pack. I was just shocked because you buy 3 packs for not very much money. You think you're getting duped. You think they're going to be scaled. Even if they were, they clearly didn't scale it for this card. And it's not the most desirable secret rare, but the fact that it was a first edition secret rare from one of the very first sets of Yu-Gi-Oh ever made, it just made me crumble inside. It was like, wow, I actually own something that I pulled that is old and classic and first edition, and just I can't say much more. And it's just such a cool card. It's very beautiful, secret rare foiling. It was a dream for me to be able to do that. And Kazuki Takahashi made this dream possible for me, to be able to make videos and open packs and whatnot. And what he made has influenced hundreds, thousands, millions of people to maybe not be players, maybe not be avid collectors, but maybe they watch the anime and they love it. Or maybe they got into not even the original, maybe they got into GX or 5Ds or whatever. Either way, it's touched them in some way, and this guy was the reason for all of that. So I just wanted to say thank you to Kazuki Takahashi, and may he rest in peace, and may Yu-Gi-Oh live on forever in his name, because he really is such a genius for what he was able to put out into the world in Yu-Gi-Oh. And I just want to say thank you all for watching. I know this video went on a little longer than I expected, but these are cards that mean a lot to me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Once again, rest in peace to Kazuki Takahashi.